This is another presentation by My Weight World.
Exercise. Debunking 22 popular fitness and exercise myths. The goal of this presentation is to debunk 22 popular exercise myths. You've heard them and maybe even believed them. Everything from the idea that spot reducing will get you a six-pack to that mythical fat-burning zone. Once you're able to tell fact from fiction, you'll be better able to incorporate exercise into your weight loss regime. Introduction. You've all heard them. The many myths running rampant around the exercise and fitness industry. Even people who aren't really into regular exercise have heard most of them. Statements like, athletes shouldn't lift weights because it will make them slow and tight. You shouldn't lose the bulk of your weight before you start to weight train. And, I lift using high reps to shape and tone my muscles. We're going to debunk all of them right here. Myth 1. You must stretch before you warm up. This is a commonly repeated misconception. In reality, you want to warm up first to heat up your muscles so they will stretch more easily. Stretching first isn't a good idea because cold muscles are less flexible. Always warm up first. Also, remember to always stretch at the end of every workout to alleviate soreness and maintain your flexibility. Myth 2. More exercise is better. This is not true. You can get plenty of benefits by exercising just a few minutes daily, or even a couple times a week, far more than you will achieve by doing nothing. Exercise causes the body to produce cortisol, a stress hormone that breaks the body down. Too much exercise will ultimately produce too much cortisol, which can negatively impact muscle gain and fat burning. Myth 3. Exercise is only for the young and fit. This one couldn't be more wrong. Anyone and everyone can benefit from exercise and working out, even if you're 90 years old and have never exercised. Exercise can make an amazing positive difference in your life, both physically and mentally. Sedentary individuals, especially those older than 50, are strongly encouraged to exercise to ward off health problems. You can look for great programs out there tailored especially for seniors. Myth 4. Weightlifting causes women to bulk up. Lifting weights invariably builds muscle, but for most people, especially women, it takes a long time and a lot of work. What women may experience is the phenomenon of adding muscle without yet losing fat, creating the perception that their muscles are getting bigger. The fact is, most women won't get all bulked up like a guy, but it does happen once in a while. A good trainer can recommend exercise to mitigate this. Still, all women who weight train properly will gain some muscle. Myth number 5. Fat can turn into muscle. You betcha, just like lead can turn into gold. This one is repeated all the time, and it's flat out wrong. Here's why. Fat and muscle are two different chemical compounds, so one cannot possibly turn into the other. So you never need to worry about your muscles turning into fat. Keep in mind, though, that neither can turn into muscle. The fact is, to change your shape, you either need to burn your fat, build your muscle, or both. Myth 6. More weight loss occurs in the fat-burning zone. This one of the most ridiculous exercise myths. There is no such thing as fat-burning zone. In truth, a higher intensity workout always burns more total calories and a lot more fat than a longer workout at an optimal heart rate. Additionally, a high-intensity cardio workout can take half the time as low-intensity workout to burn the same number of calories. The thing to remember is that fat-burning calories seem to be the most significant factor in fat loss. Myth 7. Bodybuilders know more about exercise and getting big than others. Anyone in any field can educate themselves. Bodybuilders are not necessarily the best people to ask for advice, because many of them have used steroids or other harmful chemicals to achieve their muscular builds. Be careful about listening to someone and just buying into their message. Just because they look the part, check into their background and education first. Good genetics and hormones can do amazing things for someone's physique. So don't just automatically trust what the big guy or great looking girl in the gym tells you. Do your own due diligence. Myth 8. You got to get in shape before working out with a trainer. What? That's like saying you won't go to college until after you get your degree, or waiting to have short hair before you go to the salon. Why wouldn't you wait? Ridiculous idea, isn't it? Waiting to be in shape before you hire a trainer is equally silly. You should never wait to seek great advice and information. Learning to train smart from the beginning means you'll less likely to hurt yourself. Make sure to get proper training. The sooner you hire a trainer, the sooner you will begin to see amazing results. Myth 9. Enough sit-ups will get you a six-pack. Okay, are you listening? I'll say it again. There's no such thing as spot reducing. No amount of sit-ups, crunches, or abdominal exercise will ever make that fat disappear from your belly. You cannot work out any specific part of your body and expect to lose fat from that area exclusively. Weight loss happens across your whole body. Focus on exercising your whole body and you will see your abs tighten up and that highly desired six-pack emerge. But that is the only way it will happen. Myth 10. Lactic acid causes muscle fatigue. Lactic acid does increase as your muscles fatigue because it fuels your muscle contractions. This process is what causes that painful burning sensation that makes you want to stop lifting. However, as your liver converts lactic acid into more energy, it actually helps offset the fatigue. Myth 11. Exercise needs to be done in the gym. Of course, this is a myth. You can exercise anywhere and everywhere, using virtually any kind of equipment, or your body weight to create resistance. Make exercise your friends, work out at home, outside, or in the gym. The most important place to exercise is the one you most enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you'll do it more regularly and get the best results. Myth 12. You need to use free weights or machines to train properly. Again, not true. Some people need only to use their body weight or another form of resistance to achieve a full workout. You remember Sir Isaac Newton and his apple. Gravity creates force, so you don't need fancy machines to create successful weight training regime. Anything exercise that adds more weight to your body or creates resistance will produce a good weight training workout. Myth 13. Using the right machines or exercise will give you washboard abs. There's no magical exercise or combination of exercise that will give you carved, sculpted abs. You can work out your abs all day and night, doing 1,000 sit-ups 3 times a day, but if you don't get rid of the fat covering the abdominal wall, you won't see any changes. Again, there's no such thing as spot reducing. The only way to lose body fat is to combine exercise with proper nutrition. Myth 14. Machines are safer than free weights. Because they are fixed and rigid, machines limit your natural movements. This means they can actually increase your risk of injury. Another thing is that machines aren't able to accommodate the user's individual's limbs, lengths, and strength curve, which means they often place unhealthy force on the joints. When you use free weights, your body naturally makes range of motion adjustments throughout each exercise, according to your strength level, speed of movement, and personal proficiency. Myth 15. No pain, no gain. Yeah, who hasn't heard this one? But the truth is that you definitely don't have to kill yourself to get tons of benefits from exercise. In fact, sometimes light exercise is far more beneficial than overdoing it. Stressing the body with too much exercise can cause hormonal imbalances with your cortisol levels, which can actually make your body add more fat, instead of shedding it, the exact opposite result of your goal. Myth 16. You need to train to failure for the best results. There's definitely something to be said for working till you fatigue, but changing your exercise and the number of sets and reps is more beneficial than the purposely overloading your nervous system. Consistently overtraining will lead to injury, not muscle gains. Gains come when you simply surpass the levels of your previous workout. Your goal should be performed 1 more rep or lift 1 extra pound. Your goal should be to perform 1 more rep or lift 1 extra pound. Myth 17. Exercise makes you stiff. The truth is that anything will make you stiff if you don't consistently move throughout your day. And in reality, You get a lot stiffer from sitting on your rear in the office than from any other activity. Lifting weights certainly serves to tighten your muscles. That's the goal, which is why it's so important to stretch before and after you exercise, every time. Myth 18. If I did my workout correctly, I should be sore afterwards. Feeling sore the day or two following a workout might mean you had a good workout, but not feeling sore after a workout does not necessarily mean you had a bad workout. Pay attention to your intensity and productivity of your workout. Did you perform your sets with 100% intensity? Did you work out to failure using proper form? Did you increase the weight or the number of reps and performed with a particular weight? The ability to answer yes to these questions is much better gauge for the effectiveness of your workout. Myth 19. Cardio is more important than weight training. There are two things to keep in mind about cardio as it pertains to weight loss. Performing cardio is really important, but it doesn't build muscle. Cardio doesn't preserve your muscle gains when you lose weight. Why are these important distinctions? As we lose weight, we not only burn fat, but we can also lose muscle, especially on low-calorie diets. Muscle drives the speed and functions of your metabolism, so the only way to preserve or build muscle is by continuing to weight train. Myth 20. Weight training makes some athletes slow and tight. Research has shown that a full range of progressive resistance training is a great way for all athletes, including baseball, soccer, and basketball players, to develop functional flexibility. Research also indicates that people who use proper form when weight training, even without stretching, are more flexible than those who don't train or stretch at all. Myth 21. Strength training is dangerous for children and will stunt their health. Generally speaking, weight training is healthy for kids, provided that they follow certain parameters. Some of the things you need to consider. Children should be mature enough to follow instructions and respect their trainers. Weight training should comprise only part of a child's exercise regime. Children should work with lighter weights but perform higher rep counts. Children should be supervised at all times during their weight training sessions. Just like with adults, it's very important for children to use proper form during all lifts. Myth 22. I can't work out at the gym because people will stare at me. Many women make this complaint or excuse, and some men too. People often feel they must be in great shape before they even set foot in the gym. Question: how do you think the people you see in the gym who are in great shape got that way? Honestly, most people are not looking around the gym and gawking at the other people. They're there pretty self-absorbed and generally too focused on scrutinizing their own bodies to see what needs to be improved. Well, we've busted 22 popular and often repeated myths about fitness, exercise, and weight training. Now that you know the truth, you have no excuse not to get out there and get fit. You can do it. So get going now.
This has been another presentation by My Weight World.